I'm Tim O'Connor. I've been a graphics vendor for Title Boxing probably 5 years. Today we're going to talk about how to replace these old rails on your combo of the day. They were small J rails. They're starting to fail. So corporate Title Boxing and I have come up with some new ones. And today we're going to show you how to replace it. Now you could get a handyman to help you, maybe $200. I'm not a handyman. I have no handyman skills. So if I can do it, you can do it. So let's start and let's see what we're going to need. Here are some tools that you'll need to replace the J rails. Get yourself a level. These, you can find them for about $10. Get some sort of a straight edge because we're going to have to do some cutting. You'll need either some cutting tool or a box knife with a sharp blade, something that can go through sheetrock or drywall. You'll need a tape measure, pencil. You might need a black Sharpie, and some tape. These are the new J rails. Let's look at the difference. The old ones, as you can see, were metal. They're tiny. There's just not enough surface space on the back to hold them after a year or two of usage. So they're starting to fail, as you can see these are. These are the numbers. I'm gonna take one because we're gonna need it. So as you can see, this is what we're trying to solve right here. These new ones are wood, but they're very tough wood. You can see they have a groove in them. These are supposed to be 8 feet wide. We would be shipping you two 4-foot sections for the top and two 4-foot sections for the bottom. I'm going to open this up and show you what it looks like. Here are the J rails that we were talking about. This is the back of them. It has double-sided tape, two rows of it. That is very, very aggressive. So you have to be careful and plan this out. Be patient, because once that goes on the wall, like this, you get one chance to press it right, then it's going to start pulling paint and drywall off if you have to remove it. So we're going to be patient today. The first step is going to be to remove the existing ones. And to do that without hurting the wall, I brought, as I mentioned, a couple of tools. We're going to use this straight edge, and we're going to use the knife. Rather than pull this off the wall like that and rip it off, which could take some of the paint and drywall off, we're going to put a cut along the bottom and the top and the side, so when you pull it, it's just going to pull that section off, if you will. So I'm going to take all these numbers off now. I brought a step stool as well. You might need that or a ladder or another set of hands, but let's start taking these off. Some of these rails are going to be coming apart from that double-sided tape they came with. As you can see here, the tape's there, the rails are not. So this one, part of this is coming apart like that. That's ideal. So what we're going to do is go back later and remove this. The one at the top though is solid. We'll have to use a razor for that one to cut the top and bottom. You can see that one's good. And this one's strong. So this one's going to come off with without cutting. The rest, I'll show you how to do it. So, I'm on this first rail. We want to minimize the amount of paint we pull off. We want to keep it about this thickness because the new rails are double the size. It'll cover it up. So I cut along the top all the way here to the end there, here, and all the way across the bottom. Let's see how well we did. So this is perfect. As you can see, we have limited the paint damage to just about a ½ inch strip versus getting uneven, pulling it off like this. And that again was just from cutting on the top and bottom. I'm gonna do the same thing for this leftover double-sided tape, and then I'll go to the next one. But so far, so good. So there's the first panel removed. Here's why I'm not worried about it. Here is the new rail for the bottom. The groove is gonna go at the top. This will very easily cover this, as you can see. All right, let's move on to the others. So now the entire 2 sections, 4-foot sections of the old metal J-rail are gone. We have limited the damage to the wall to about 3/4 of an inch, which is tiny compared to the new one. We should be able to cover this up, no sweat. I'm gonna go ahead and do the top ones. And here we are. The top rails are gone, the bottom rails are gone, and we have limited the damage to the wall to about a little over a ½ inch stripe on both sides. Given that the new rails are almost 2 inches thick, it will easily cover them. Now we're going to lay out the rails on the floor so we have an idea how far apart they're going to be. So according to my measurements, before we start putting the new rails up, I laid this down on the ground so we could measure from the bottom of the top rail to the top of the bottom rail. And this is coming up to 28 1/8. I'm gonna have that distance all the way across. That's the distance I'm gonna put between here and here for the new rails. So stay tuned. Let's start with the top rail. You're gonna need a level, some tape. I recommend painter's tape. It's better than masking tape. And we're gonna line it up with the top, tape it down, level it, and then I'll show you how to adhere it to the wall with this double-sided tape. As you can see, I have taped one of the segments of the top rail up. I placed it over the white area so that that's covered. I'm now going to get the level and see if I have it straight. As you can see, I have this top rail level. This is the level right here that I'm using. So I'm going to match the right segment to it, and then I'm going to draw a line below it with a pencil so that I know where to place it when it's time to stick it on with the aggressive tape. Okay, now for the tricky part. Do you see how I started to unpeel this double-sided tape from the back? Don't pull it all off when you get started. We want to get about a foot of this lined up with these out so that we can start one end and then peel it off as we go. That's how I'm going to do it. Stand by. So we have success where I drew the pencil line below it, I matched it up. I pulled just a little bit of tape off, a foot from the top and bottom of the back. Put that down, pulled some more, and it lines up perfectly where I wanted it. It's level, I just checked it, and we're gonna do the right upper panel now. So both sections of the top rail are complete. They're level, I checked them, and now we're gonna do the bottom. And first, we're gonna measure to make sure the distance between them are correct. I'll show you how. That's it, it's done. If I were you, I would keep handy a little bit of touch-up black paint. This one had some areas previously. There was a little bit of white that showed. You'll never see it with the numbers, but all of this is level. You can slide these in, but what I recommend is slide them in on the last ones, but just to reduce wear and tear, I would pop them in like this. Some of you might be doing that already. And that's it. Thank you. I'm going to have this video probably put on YouTube and send the link to Troy, who can send it over to you. Thanks again.